Show on Sirius XM channel 127, Friday, January 15th. And think about this. This is the last weekend we have to hear any media reports about the emotional state of the man baby in the White House. I saw headlines today. He's angry. He's pouting. He's sullen. Why not just tell us that Donald Trump is colicky? He's gassy. He needs to be burped. I am so looking forward to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for countless reasons dealing with policy and tone. But just to have the media stop talking about the emotional state of the child in the White House is something just alone. Just pause and enjoy. We're not going to hear Joe Biden is pouting today. Joe Biden is seething at people he works with. Oh my God. I am so looking forward to journalism, and I mean this sincerely, returning to being journalism and not essentially covering a reality show star like a reality show. It's little fights. Look, we've learned more and more today, and we'll cover it a lot more in detail on my show tonight, 6 to 9 p.m. on Sirius XM channel 127. It is stunning. It is jaw-dropping. It is shocking and alarming to see more of the evidence released by the FBI and the Department of Justice on the plot by Trump supporters to take over the Capitol in the name of and to fulfill the goals of Donald Trump. And we heard from police officers today on CNN, I'll play some clips on my show, who were attacked by the MAGA supporters, who one even said that they were saying to me, hey, we're on your side. We hate Black Lives Matter. Why won't you work with us? And the officer actually said they thought we were going to side with them and walk into Congress. That's how delusional they were. And that's what the officer said. Other officers talked about how these guys tried to take their gun from him and kill him with his own gun. And he literally had to plead for his own life, invoking the fact that he has children. That's what happened in the Capitol. And Donald Trump might pardon all of these people, even those who killed a police officer, because if Trump thinks it helps him, he'll do it. We learned today there's an arrest a short time ago announced by the Department of Justice. A Proud Boy leader was arrested for plotting to kill Nancy Pelosi and Mike Pence at the Capitol, but also, alarmingly enough, plans to attack the Capitol on January 20th and kill all the MFers, as they actually put in the pleadings, all the MFers they can find. And this man had access to guns and explosives, according to the Department of Justice. Yesterday we learned about a 55-year-old retired firefighter from Chester Fire Department who was charged with throwing a fire extinguisher at a police officer and hitting him in the head. It's not the officer that was killed. It was another officer who was thankfully okay. He was charged. Again, another Trump supporter. They found a Proud Boy T-shirt in his house. Over and over and over. And what does the right want to talk about? They found one guy who's like a left-wing activist who was there videotaping. Now they're saying he led it all. The lack of responsibility on the right makes it clear what they're doing is they're actually defending it. You don't hear them saying this is wrong. You don't hear them saying there's absolutely no place for this. If this left guy is a left-wing protester and committed any crimes, he should be fully prosecuted. Because he might be progressive doesn't mean we line up in values. If you're going to use violence in any place in American politics, you don't line up with us. But MAGA, it does. And I really think after you see, and we'll go through it more on my show tonight, the evidence, the concerns by law enforcement about what the plot was. They learned about the QAnon shaman guy, the guy with the horns who only eats organic food, that according to pleadings released last night, there was a plot to kidnap and assassinate members of Congress, all in the name of Donald Trump. In fact, the QAnon shaman's lawyer was on with Chris Cuomo on CNN last night and said, quote, about his client, he loved Trump. He listened to him. He felt like he was answering the call of our president. Over and over, you see these statements. They did this for Trump. There's no game. Trump wanted this. This is what's happened. And it leads me to my big point here that at this point, MAGA needs to be viewed as a terrorist group that uses violence to achieve the political ends of Donald Trump. It's not the Republican Party. This is different. MAGA, it's its own movement. It's a fascist movement. And it's up to the rest of the Republican Party to reject MAGA. And if they don't reject it, then they'll be defined by it. That's their choice. But MAGA is a violent movement. It's a terrorist movement that has a political wing, let's say, sort of the way the IRA was a terrorist movement that had a political wing as well. And that's what we see here. And I think it's got to be viewed as that. If you do not view MAGA and people wearing the MAGA hats as being supporters of terrorism, or at least fine with it and complicit with it, I think you're making our nation less safe. I've got to be honest. I'm trying my best not to be hyperbolic. I really am. I'll tell you, when we go through the details of my show tonight, what's been released in the last 2 days by the FBI and Department of Justice, I think you'll come to the same conclusion as I have, that MAGA, and it's not the Republican Party, it's not the conservative movement, it's its own world. MAGA is the Proud Boys, it's QAnon, it's 3%ers, it's the right-wing militia, all the people Trump has coddled and cultivated. That's what MAGA is now at its core. It is a terrorist movement. It's a fascist movement which uses violence to achieve political ends, but I think let's call it bluntly what it is, a terrorist movement. They've used violence in the past. They're threatening to use violence this weekend again, and saying anything but MAGA is a terrorist group makes us all less safe as Americans. I'll talk about that more on my show tonight. Again, my show's live 6 to 9 p.m., channel 127, Sirius XM. If you don't subscribe, come on over. Website, there's free trials, join it. I hope you be part of our family. There's so much more work to be done. Just a few days, Trump is gone. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris is here. We'll have a national strategy with COVID. We'll have a direct stimulus package that actually helps cities, towns, states, and people, and first responders. We'll do things to help Americans. But if you want progress, there's one requirement. You have to stay active. I say every day on my show, want progress, stay active. Join us. We've got a lot more work to do to make this country what it really should be. Thanks for tuning in.